Event planning is an exciting business where you can get started with very low capital, if any at all. And in addition to requiring low startup costs, event planning can be a lucrative opportunity even if you have no experience. So just how do you get started? Event planning is a game of responsibilities. Your entire event planning business is dependent on how well you can handle responsibilities. For example, a successful event planner is an expert in negotiating deals with vendors, venue owners, and other service providers. The same event planner may also need to be familiar with marketing in order to be an excellent brand ambassador. As a beginner, there are two routes you can opt for. One is the learn it before you make it route, and the other is the learn it while you make it route. Since we have zero experience, let's opt for the latter. Typically, beginners love to offer their event planning services for free to simply get their feet wet and start small while building a list of clients. These clients are not simple money grabs. Considering you can show promise, your clients will be more than happy to write recommendation letters for you and also promote your business via word of mouth. Most families are always looking to organize events during holiday seasons, such as karaoke concerts and potluck dinners. Obviously, such small-scale events require very little capital on your behalf, as your client is likely to afford everything without any hiccups. Of course, the story is different if you were to organize a large golf tournament where the budget you agreed upon with your client can quickly become insufficient. Nobody wants to pay more than what they were asked to, so be sure to understand budgeting by talking to vendors beforehand. To find great vendors, you have to find great venues where people are bound to have a great time. Picking venues is all about the theme. Whether it is a grandiose ballroom or a delightful park, whatever choice you make can make or break your client's event. So for small dinner parties, not a lot of work is required. However, to organize a lively product launch, you may have to work on your branding skills. As a beginner, you can get started with pamphlets, brochures, social media posts, bulletins, and more. If you do go this route, a good tip would be to design a simple but elegant logo that can create a lasting impression on an audience. Next up on our list is coordination. Every single person involved in the development and conceptualization of the event should be well coordinated so that any last-minute shenanigans can be avoided. A chef not showing up to your perfect dinner party can spoil the entire evening, so having a backup chef or having access to a nearby restaurant is a possible solution. And before we continue discussing in-person events, new event planners should not make the mistake of ignoring virtual events. With pandemic-stricken societies and metaverse-loving tech heads, there's always going to be a need for large virtual events which have audiences measuring in the hundreds, if not the thousands. During restrictions on health and travel, online auctions became a big thing. Event planners were responsible for being tech-savvy enough to organize aspects such as conferencing, exhibitions, metaverse platforms, payment vendors, etc. There is numerous software such as Discord that help make such an online event come to life. Similarly, online workouts have also grown in popularity, and you have a great opportunity to be the go-to guy for a fitness instructor looking to teach hundreds of students in a single online event. So these are just a few ways you can get up and running as an event planner with zero experience to start with. However, some of you may opt to get educated beforehand, as event planning can be a stressful job without sufficient knowledge. If you are looking to get into the catering niche, then a degree in hotel and restaurant management can be a fine idea. Or you could also opt for a public relations degree to have a finer understanding of marketing and create a link between organizations and the public. Even if such degrees are quite helpful to event planners, it is understandable if you don't want to wait 2 to 4 years to get a degree. In this case, an excellent option is to get certified instead. Many colleges and institutions offer valuable event planning certificates, such as Certified Meeting Professional Certification Program or the Certified in Exhibition Management Certification Program. Such certificates and degrees are immensely beneficial to creating a strong resume in addition to a trustworthy brand. Many mistakes you can make along the way can be avoided with just a 6-month course. And once you have all the pieces in place, go ahead and try to find a niche that suits your ideologies. For example, a tech geek is more likely to have success in the virtual event niche in comparison to challenging niches such as fundraisers. Similarly, someone who has an endless amount of connections in a community could easily start with children's birthday parties and progressively move on to large-scale events such as weddings. Wedding planners are among the most profitable event planners in the world, but organizing such events requires an extraordinary amount of meticulousness to ensure clients are happy and problems are kept to a minimum. Business owners are more likely to hire niche experts than hire someone who is all over the place. Would you like to hire a tech geek to plan out your wedding? If not, then start small and focus more on finding clients through social media, job boards, your website, and your local network. As you continue clawing your way through the industry, you will have sufficient experience in no time. So that wraps up today's video. I hope you were able to pick up a thing or two about the event planning business. Although there are a lot of responsibilities for you to handle, rest assured knowing that the path only gets easier as you continue to become more proficient in your niche.